Hey, this is this, and I know I haven't done a video or been on Skype and doing stuff lately, but it's just that I've been racked with a lot of stuff, but things are starting to calm down. Hence, I came out with this video. But, anyways, this is going to be kind of just me talking video, kinda, because, well, let's face it, a lot of shit has happened today. And I mean a lot of shit. And this isn't just to that couple of YouTubers that were saying that I have a filthy mouth and I can't stop, swearing or cussing. Fucking shit ass fucking A. Fuck. Unfucking fucking believable. Well, anyways, a lot of shit happening. I'm not joking. I mean, I'm gone for a little bit, doing a lot of stuff and helping my brother. And in the period of almost like, what, 2 days, two major things happened. Of course, there's a third one that goes into the video game console, but first of all, let's put it this way. WebOS is dead. Bought out by HP and now killed by HP, I guess. And I remember when I saw the first the WebOS device a long, long time ago, and the whole Palm thing. And then I remembered, and it brought back a lot of nostalgia of when I didn't give a shit about WebOS, and I still don't give a shit. So it's dead, and I am a little bit on the shock, surprised that the HP killed it, but I just had that go through that whole nostalgia feeling of not giving a shit. So, yeah, it's dead. What else is there to say? And then, and then I get off on this news and hearing that Motorola was planning on putting a lot of mobile devices and suing them and due to this whole patent infringement bullshit. And we all know that Apple and Microsoft are on a whole fucking patent lawsuit extravaganza, and they're just going all fucking crazy on trying to sue anyone who patents the most basic thing. I mean, I'm surprised that nobody hasn't tried to sue somebody, just, basically sued the entire population of the planet Earth for infringing on the patent of breathing. That's how fucked up this is all getting. But in a shock set of news, Google bought out Motorola Mobile and pretty much killed that whole plan what Motorola, I guess, was rumored to come out with. Not really. Yeah, I'm somewhat surprised, and I was also on the floor laughing my ass off. Because, first I hear about the rumor that Motorola is going to try to take out a lot of mobile devices, mainly Android, and then all of a sudden Google buys them out. Who knew? And just to let you know, Motorola is halfway dead. Is a halfway dead company, anyways. And my mom even used to work for Motorola, and I can tell you from her own experiences, she has pretty much declared Motorola to be halfway dead. Half of it's already in the grave, and now the other half has been bought out by Google. And the one that's in the grave is gonna die apparently, hopefully. But yeah, Motorola doesn't have a very long lifespan left in it. I mean, Motorola used to be one of the top communication companies out there, I believed. I could be wrong. And now it's a joke. And of course, Google's got all of the Motorola patents, which some people said it's bad for Google, or it's bad for Apple, and it's bad for Microsoft. It's going to be somewhat bad for Apple because Apple really can't sue Google or any of the Android hardwares anymore because some of those patents, kind of just crossed with Apple. So, yeah, Google's now an owner. So there's not much Apple can really do. And Google was right when they said they bought that to get the two monkeys off their back. Microsoft and Apple, and mainly it was and yeah. But in my honest opinion, this also hurts Microsoft a lot more because Microsoft's going into the same line of having so many different phones, just like Android has. I mean, so it's not looking really good. And of course, Microsoft's Windows Phone 7, in my honest opinion, looks butt fuck. Their interface looks incredibly butt fucking ugly. And yeah, I've seen Windows 8. Of course, there is those rumors that Apple's trying is going to go back to the hardcore users because of the clusterfuck known as Final Cut Pro 10. It basically has nothing to do with the hardcore users, by the way. It had to do with the fact that there's been some rumors going around that Apple lost a lot of enterprising contracts or business contracts with a lot of corporations out there, mainly with the Final Cut Pro 7 disaster and the whole Launchpad train wreck. You know, the hardcore people may not be where the money is, but the business and the business contracts pretty much make more money than what the casual users ever make. And Apple trying to dump them was not considerably a bright idea on anybody's part. So yeah, that's not looking good for Apple. But who knows? And of course, there's also rumors that they kept a close eye on Microsoft's Windows 8 because they did release a version that said, I mean, that basically locked you into that one crappy desktop, and the only way to get into the classic was opening a classic application. But apparently, Microsoft changed it now, only because a lot of people yelled and didn't like it. And then there's this console business where Sony finally admitted after 5 long fucking years why they can't have cross-game chat in their PS3s, which I find funny because just about everybody else has already reported on this well before Sony decided to get up there and actually say what the problem was. Oh man, it's Sony, you're 5 years too late. But it does kind of course, or it does kind of go with the rumors I've been hearing about Sony trying to, reestablishing itself and taking a good look at its console, the PS3, and realizing what failed and trying to fix and improve on that. I mean, there are still lots and lots of rumors that the PS4 is coming out. And they're going to fix a lot of what they messed up in PS3, which is pretty much close to almost everything. And of course, they're not going to put Move in there because, well, that died. Of course, I'm not liking Microsoft's rumors on the Xbox 360s because Microsoft is rumors, and these are just rumors, so nobody go out and do fact checking on this. But basically, the rumors have been stating that Microsoft is heading more and more towards the casual users and telling their hardcore gamers to go F themselves. But it's just a rumor. Which probably says that they're going to probably release an Xbox 460 with no controllers and only Kinects. Yeah, that, the Kinects, the fad that's out right now that everybody loves. And the reason why I call it a fad is because of, well, the Nintendo Wii. I mean, Nintendo's Wii was a big ass seller for a long time, but then suddenly just dropped out, and then suddenly Nintendo comes out with a whole barrage of games that allows you to use more than one controller, including the GameCube controller and all that, and now they're basically somewhat back to a more conventional controller with their new Wii U, even though I think they could just take out the touchscreen, leave the speaker, well, the touchscreen and the camera, and just leave the speaker in there because that is something new and interesting that I'd like to see in newer consoles. But yeah, Nintendo realized that their motion control gaming was a fad, and it's kind of been wearing out, and it doesn't really last very long, maybe 3 to 4 years, and before people just finally say, you got anything else connect to this thing? And I don't really see what's so innovatively great about the Kinects. I mean, even the Kinects has its flaw in motion controls. And of course, a bunch of bullshit rumors that Apple's going to come out with a gaming console. No, they're not. It's never going to happen. Please shut up about it. Apple will not go back into the gaming console business. When they came out with the Pippin, they had zero IPs that came from their company. I mean, every other company at least had an IP of their own. I mean, Atari, Nintendo, even Philips. Of course, Philips was borrowing off Nintendo's IPs, but they developed those games. Apple doesn't develop games, so why do they need a gaming console when they're just going to give us another horseshit Apple TV? Oh yeah, maybe they're going to put a couple games on there on a product with no hard drive. Good luck with that one. I'll just connect an external hard drive. You're still having the force to put up an extendable hard drive. You've still failed. Look, Apple will never and is never going to release a gaming console because pretty much they don't have an IP of their own. I mean, I mean, when Apple released the Pippin, they had zero IPs for it. No other company has ever released a console with no IPs that they've ever published under their own company brand. None of them. Hell, even Microsoft has released games under their own company when the original Xbox came out. Even the PlayStation 1, the PlayStation 2, all the Nintendos. Um, in Philips CD, all of them did. Who releases a console and has no IPs under their own company? Nobody. But that's all I have to say. As for WebOS dying and Motorola in general dying slowly and painfully, and now that Google's taken half of them and along with all their patents, I'm gonna laugh my ass off at that. Yep. And stop saying that Apple's gonna have a fucking video game console. Just stop it, please.